Find out what's hot and what's not.
We watch your programme every week.
You're back with CLUBAVISION on tour as we continue our epic club crawl around the Midlands. In part 2 we shift to Nottingham to find out just how funky is chunky. But first we check Touch Magazine's dance chart.
At number 10, Mariah Carey, Heartbreaker.
At number 9, Les Nubian, Princesses Nubian.
Number 8, A Tribe Called Quest, The Anthology. Number 7, Am, Cold Water Music.
Number 6 is Ram, The Trilogy Evolution and Mindscan.
Number 5, Brandy, You Don't Know Me.
Number 4, Various Artists, The Best of Locked On.
Number 3, DJ Cross, Coded Language.
Number 2, Method Man and Redman, Blackout.
This week's number 1, D'Angelo, Voodoo.
Hi, this is Pete Martine, and you're watching CLUBAVISION on ITV. You go, girl, you go, girl, you go, you go, you go, girl.
Rumour reaches CLUBAVISION towers of some weird and wonderful happenings at a night called Chunky at Ocean in Nottingham. The club used to be a dance hall in the 50s, but is now decked out in a retro futuristic style. It holds 1,500 people who swim around in a sea of glamour and sleaze, and as the only door code is the ability to enjoy yourself, we thought we'd definitely qualify for a visit. Countess Martine, everybody. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Well, so they say, yes. Go, girl.
Or should I say Sue Pollard?
Well, yes. Hey up, it's Suey. You know, we've got a very famous Nottingham accent. Hey up, it's Suey. I've just been down the Seabreeze Fish Bar for a fish and chip supper for 2, but don't tell Miss Cathcart, or I shall never make a yellow coat.
It's a red coat, isn't it?
No, it was the yellow coat that Sue had. You obviously didn't get Hardy High in Essex.
Cheeky thing, you. Is it true you used to do ballet a few years ago?
I was at ballet school for 5 years. I went to the Nottingham Academy of Music, Dance and Drama, and I can still pirouette, but I'm not going to do it in these shoes.
Do you ever do it? Do you ever get on the dance floor and give it a go?
Oh, I love dancing. I mean, when I DJ, as you'll see, I can't stop.
Bit of a dancing queen.
Oh, well, I'm a dancer, yeah.
I believe there was a club in Nottingham you used to DJ at that Alistair Whitehead was a glass collector at.
There used to be a place called The Club, which later became Venus, and Alistair was actually one of the glass collectors. And I know he used to keep looking over for a few tips. I know he did, but Alistair's a great DJ anyway, so you know, good luck to Alistair.
Have you got any stories about him?
I've got lots of stories about Alistair, but I don't think I'd really say it on television. I think he's a bit richer than me these days.
What made you decide to set up Chunky?
What it was I thought there was a void missing in Nottingham. I know there's some other fabulous clubs here and what they're trying to do, but there was nothing which catered on a big scale for what I call the anthem sort of crowd, you know, the really up for it sort of crowd. And whilst we have on a Friday sort of garage nights and things like that, there was nothing which was catering for that sort of Judge Jules sort of, you know, that sort of chunky, really house sound, and not so much sort of trance or garage, but you know, the really sort of up for it, up front. Sometimes maybe the chart hits of tomorrow, but not necessarily cheesy, you know.
I'm told anything goes here.
Well, exactly, yes, anything does go really, you know. Boys and boys, girls and girls, girls and boys, whatever. I mean, this is a straight club and a straight night, but as I say, everybody's welcome, and you know, I hope it is a little bit more mixed than straight, because I think the best clubs are like that, you know, Manumission, Money Pennies. That's the sort of audience that we're aiming for. Loads of fun, loads of games, you know, glow sticks, things like that. So I'm not bothered about that, whether people think that's cheesy or not, but as long as people...
Not bothered what Judge Jules thinks then?
I think Jules has got a few glow sticks in his car, so So I've known Jules some years, you know, and I really respect his standing in the music industry and everything, but I think Jules likes having a good time. Regardless of what he tells everybody, I think Jules is one of the boys, and I think he definitely likes being a party animal, so...
You've had some success in the US as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we've currently have a record there at #1 in the dance sales chart. Am I allowed to say this? Well, it's actually called F Off, and the line is, if you don't want to f me baby, then baby f off. And it was out here last year, and it sold a few thousand copies, but then they released it in the United States, and then we had a phone call to say, you've jumped 96 places to #5, and I believe now it's #1, so they've now asked us to produce the next single for Jane County, and he used to be a punk rocker. Wayne County is now Jane County, so you know, those people in the Midwest, all those blooming Bible Belt people must be going crazy. So
how about the future?
We've just worked on a brand new single called Can't Stop Dancing. That's with Paul Masterson. I've just worked on a track called Excuse Me Mr DJ Play Something We Can Dance To, which I've done with Paul Young. That's under the name More Is More. And we've just produced a track for reggae singer Irie White, who's a German reggae singer. And hope to be working on a few more projects. We're working with Samantha Fox and Dana International in fact, I've just produced Dana's new single, which is due for worldwide release very shortly. And just hope that I can go for my own #1 single in this country. You know, I hope Can't Stop Dancing is going to be a big hit for us.
The name Chunky, what does that refer to?
The name Chunky refers again to that feeling of fat, hard music. You were wondering what I was going to say there, weren't you?
I'm gonna see what you want me to say. I'm gonna do what you want me to do. Ain't gonna talk about the bad time.
I'm joined by Jon Wilde, who's a resident here at Chunky. Jon, let's get one dodgy thing out of the way first. Why have you got the nickname Spit?
Why have I got the nickname Spit? Because I look like Bob Carroll J's.
You started DJing in the 80s. How does today compare to back then?
On the gay scene or just in general? I prefer the music today, whereas in the 80s it was all disco and stuff like that.
How about the people?
The people, the straight scene have really caught up with the gay scene, and they go for it more than the gay scene now.
How did you first get into DJing?
Mobile discos.
You moved on since then?
Certainly have.
Do you like to keep your head down when you're DJing, or do you get on the dance floor and have a bit of a boogie?
I'm a bit of both. I keep my head down, but I'm boogieing all the time. I'm not one of these standstill DJs.
How about the future? Have you achieved your ambition, or is there something you'd rather do?
There's certain clubs that I'd still like to get there. Places like the Glass House in Leeds, Slinky, that type of club. I'm still aiming for it.
What's the best club you've ever played at?
Ultra Vegas in Milton Keynes. It was a really surprise to do it. I got the booking out of nowhere, and when I turned up there, I'd never been before, and the people and the club was just amazing.
As a resident here at Chunky, you're obviously qualified to tell us what turns the dance floor on.
What turns the dance floor on? Me, hopefully.
What do you think of it here at Ocean?
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
It's absolutely kicking. It's so wild, it's unbelievable.
Very good. Since we've been doing Chunky, it's really gone really, really good.
It could go on like till, say, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it wouldn't be better.
Our second night out, this is.
This place has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Well, it has, yeah. It used to be MGM, and it's sort of, when it was MGM, it was dead cheesy and that. Now they've started a Friday night off, and it's really happening.
My name's Dave.
I'm Charlotte.
Nicola. Samantha.
Hi, Amos.
And Kelly.
I'm from Manchester.
What are the men like here?
Men are alright, they're quite nice actually.
I went to Napa and Cyprus on holiday, and they're better there.
Didn't you bring one back with you?
No, I'm going to it there next summer.
Who's your favourite DJ?
Oh, it's got to be Just Yours. Definitely Just Yours. He's the man.
Got glow sticks and everything, haven't you?
Yes, of course. Love it. I've got to admit, Pete Martine, because he just gets them going.
I like dance music.
What's your favourite tune?
Oh, Token me.
One fat diva in and out of my life.
Do you think it's hard for an up-and-coming DJ to get noticed with all these big DJs?
I reckon, yeah. It's a bit boxed off.
What's the nightlife like in Nottingham?
Excellent. Really good night. Always the best.
I'm from Nottingham here.
Oh, you got the Launch, Renaissance, now Media, there's ISIS.
So where else do you go then?
Gatecrasher, Passion, Media. Studebakers, Miss Moneypennies, all over. Try everywhere, I'll try anything. That's me.
We go Hot Dog as well in Leicester, that's a good one. And Passion, that's a good one as well.
I've been to Escape in Swansea where you met you lot.
Vision, Clubber, Vision. Always in the house. You know when it's good.
I'm single and all out there. Bye.
With me now is Steve Thomas. Steve, most people know you as a resident of trade. Do you think that actually detracts from everything else you've done in your career?
No, not really, no. And I think less so these days. I mean, Trade's a big club. We've been going a while. And yeah, I've got a strong association with the club, but I do a lot of other things. I think people are realising that now. So, yeah, it's good.
Is it still your favourite club in the world?
Yes, one of them. There are others now as well, so which is good. You know, so I'm in a position I always wanted to be in, where I'm playing a lot more places and a lot more varied clubs as well. Some a bit more housey, some a bit more commercial, a bit of trance. So yeah, I'm covering all the areas I wanted to cover. So
which is your favourite country to play in?
The UK, obviously. It's got to be. But second to that is Australia.
Is it true that some Japanese clubbers actually started crying when they met you?
They cried, yeah. Did you hear?
How did that feel?
Weird and scary. Did you hear about that? Bizarre.
We have ways.
In a place called oh God, I can't remember. It was Fukuoka or Osaka. There was a woman, in fact, two women, crying in the street, which it's a bit stupid, really.
Is it true that in the 80s you were a gothic?
No, how did you hear that?
That means yes then.
Right, really hideous, really bad golf. Actually, it was. I was a good golf. I was good. I was really enjoying myself. Yeah, we used to dress up and go to the Bat Cave and the Kit Kat Club and stuff like that. It was kind of good at the time. I think it's a bit sad now, but I enjoyed it.
You played with Danny Teneglio and Twilo. How did that feel?
That was just a fantastic thing to be able to do. I mean, I was there for the best part of a year, and it was amazing. Danny's such a lovely guy, and I'm in awe of him as a DJ. The way he plays his records, I don't know it. I don't think I can play like he does. I don't want to play like he does because he's amazing, but to be able to play with him, as far as I'm aware, I'm still the only person that's ever played in the middle of his set on a regular basis, which was great. I mean, it was a fantastic opportunity, and yeah, I love him forever. He's top guy.
How about the future?
The future's kind of open. DJing is absolutely mental at the moment, and that's what I'm concentrating on. Production, I've tried to kick off again, but it's proving difficult because I just don't get any time to recover from the weekends, really. So I'm only in the studio maybe 1-2 days a week. I'd like to do more, but I would have to play it by ear.
Got your first break when a fellow trade resident was too drunk to get on the decks?
Malcolm, funnily enough, yeah. Do you know about Malcolm? Have you ever met Malcolm? I'll be very, very careful. Yeah, he was far too drunk, and I was there. I just finished DJing somewhere else, so I was on, and that was it. And that was, I think, 6.5, 7 years ago. It's been a long time.
Your best friends actually bought your first set of decks for your 21st. Do you think that at that time they actually realised that it became your career and your life?
I think as soon as they'd done it, they regretted it. Because we were all living in a flat, 3 of us living in a flat together, and we were there for kind of 6 years, and it was hard work for them, really was, because I mean I was working all day and then practicing my DJing all night, and literally all night.
Are they still friends?
Yes, they are. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very good friends.
As they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap. It's been a fun and funky party episode of CLUBAVISION. But it's now time to get home and get our heads down before the chaos of next week begins.
like, tag, share and subscribe.
Now this is CLUBAVISION, and this is how it's done. This is CLUBAVISION, CLUBAVISION's #1.